the Hellblazer issue 6, which is written by Simon Oliver and art by Pai Guerra. This is interesting because you've only talked about maybe 2 issues of this series so far, because you've some
maybe I haven't spoken about the first 2 because we all did the first one together.
Rebirth.
Yeah, and then I did 1.
Right.
And then I think I did 3 because this is 6. Maybe I did 3 or 4. I did as well. Did 1 in the middle.
You definitely missed at least 3 of these, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that would still mean I missed 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So take it away. How's Hellblazer these days?
It's pretty enjoyable. The story's still going on about how the Jinns are there and infiltrating our society and what they want to do. They've got this plan that we've still not really learned a lot of. We get a bit more of it in this issue, actually, because he kind of brings all these influential humans together as like a secret society kind of meeting sort of thing, and says, "Oh, you want to join Jinns in paradise?" Because the idea is when the creator invented humans, and then the humans and the Jinn lived together for a while, but it wasn't going well, so the creator separated them, and he created a paradise for the Jinn. And this Jinn is like, "Oh, we can take you there and we can share paradise together, but you've got to lead humanity." And the idea is, why would all these selfish rich people want to do that? That's that half of the issue, and it's kind of verging on that philosophical debate of should the influential lead society, and is it their responsibility, essentially. But it's kind of brief in what you do get of it. A lot of it is actually in this issue is actually kind of in a dream world, where Mercury, I believe her name is, that's with John, is she has this power that when she dreams, she kind of goes into these other worlds, other dimensions, and it seems one of these is the paradise that the Jinn are from. And she meets one of them, and the most of this story then is her telling this story to John. They're on a train, they're going under the channel, going to Paris. Mm-hmm. And she meets one of these Jinn who says that he can help understand what's going on, but in return she has to get him out because he's trapped there, and he wants to return to Earth. And she tells John that she doesn't, and that she just ran away and got through the portal while he fought off this monster that we saw kind of just frame it through, just stuff populating this world. And then she goes into this other dimension voluntarily this time. While she's awake, she kind of goes into the bathroom on the train. And everything kind of goes black, and there's just a cage with him in it. So the idea is she rescued him, but has put him in this other prison instead. And she wants to know what she really is. And it's building this mystery of who she is. Obviously, last issue, obviously, I didn't speak about, but there was the idea that she has this history with John, but more specifically, John has this history with her mother. And they had this relationship. So it's, who is this woman? It is kind of what it's starting to ask, and why can she do these things, and how's the related to the Jinn, and what's their plot? It still feels like it's getting towards it's weird because this is in issue 6, but this feels quite middle of an arc, not as end of the arc as it should be feeling at this point. But it's kind of moving forward bit at a time. There's a lot of character work kind of just going on between the two of them. That's so much of this book has just been John interacting with people rather than a lot of plot moving forward, and I'm enjoying that. But it's more difficult to talk about when there's not these big plot events that are going on. And obviously the fact that neither of you care.
I'm not reading Hellblazer.
Well, I mean, a couple of issues ago there was a lot of great stuff with Swamp Thing that I really liked.
Hey, Connor. When Cold Snap shows up to save the book, then maybe I'll...
oh, man, that'll be great.
I'll be interested.
Because the whole thing is, obviously, they've kidnapped Abby Arcane, because she's still Avatar of the Rot.
Right.
And it's this idea of what do they need her for. There's questions of if she went willingly or if she was kidnapped, like the assumption has been. And it's kind of all building, it's grinding. There's a few little things kind of just coming to a head all together. And it's really interesting in that sense. There's a lot of minutiae that this book revolves around. But there's not often these big things that are going on to drive it. But I'm still enjoying Hellblazer. It's very slow moving and it adds up, but I'm enjoying every issue as I'm reading them.
Okay.
That's good. As long as you're enjoying it, you're kind of the target audience, right? You like Constantine as a character, so
Yeah. I will say, as problem with the book, Joe, is there's not enough of Constantine being a dick. He still feels a little like he's toned down for
Softened.
niceties. Yeah, like he has been since he was brought into the DCU with the New 52. He's not quite that much of a hero, but it's it's a little bit soft still.
Yeah, it's a shame what they did with Vertigo, because he'd be perfect just to go over there and be in standalone stories with Swamp Thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
You could still do it. But Vertigo's almost become DC's, creator online.
Yeah,
So,
it's become DC's image, essentially.
Yeah, so it's a little bit weird to stick it there. So where else do you put?
It is a problem where you got
Young
so
Animal.
used to the...
Then I don't feel he belongs there either.
It's a bit... He's a bit too straight for that, isn't he?
Yeah.
But that's the problem, because obviously you got so used to the Vertigo version of Constantine, where he is this gruff man, and now you got this toned down, softened version because it has to fit in with the rest of this universe, and
Yeah.
doesn't feel quite right. But what else do you do with him?